was cleared, and that would have done it, but they did call icing. There was one last gasp, but with 1.5 seconds left, it was over. The ride had come to an end. The Rangers had done it. They had finally won their Stanley Cup. Pat Quinn, he left quietly. He announced tonight that he will step down as coach. He would have loved to go out with a win here, and he very well could have. This final could have gone either way. These guys in black, they pushed, and they pushed, and they pushed. The Rangers had to give everything they had to shut the door on them, and I'm sure Doug Lidster was proud of his old team the way they fought. But only one team gets to sip from that Stanley Cup. And let me tell you, they were thirsty in New York. The drought is over. And say what you want about this guy, but Mark Messier gets to raise that cup over his head for the 6th time. That is a winner, folks. And Messier isn't the only 6-time winner on the Rangers. His older buddies Anderson and Lowe also collect ring number 6 tonight. But one of the main reasons the Rangers won this thing is obviously because of the play of their defenseman Brian Leetch. And to no one's surprise, Leetch is this year's Conn Smythe winner. The Rangers blue liner leads all scorers in the playoffs with 11 goals and 23 assists. His goal total is the second highest for a defenseman in the postseason as he becomes the first American-born player to win this award.
Mark Messier told me this would be the toughest game that I've ever been a part of trying to win in my life, and he underestimated that a little bit. This was unbelievable to try and get this 4th win. I don't disbelief right now. It's just amazing. It's amazing that it's over with and we won our last game of the year.
I can remember winning a harder game to win than tonight. And I think especially we knew that when they came back and beat Calgary that there was a snowball growing over there. And they went right in after that and took Dallas out in 5 games, won 2 games in their building. So we knew we had our hands full. But the thing is, we couldn't really have time to think about it too much because we had 7 games with Jersey. So we had to get right into this series, and we knew we had a tiger by the tail.
It took a tremendously deep commitment by a group of people to be able to accomplish this win tonight. And we were playing one hell of a hockey club that was deeply committed as well. Pat Quinn and his coaching staff and his team played extremely hard, and they did a hell of a job, and that was an unbelievable game to win tonight.
Trevor Linden, Bure, McLean, they played unbelievable hockey.
Now, of course, the sad thing in all of this is that there has to be a loser, or we'll call it a runner-up. And unfortunately, it's the Canucks. To find out how they're dealing with this, let's go back to New York and talk with Paul Carson. Paul?
Well, Dave, things winding down here at Madison Square Garden. The interview area is quiet. The reporters now working on their stories, filing for late deadlines. And the Canucks basically on their way home now. It's a long, very sad flight home for the Vancouver Canuck hockey team as they head home knowing that they came within a goalpost away from forcing overtime in Game 7. And here's what Don Taylor found in the Canuck dressing room following tonight's 3-2 loss here at Madison Square.
Well, it was a battle right to the end. We had they started off well. They got the 2 goals up on us, and we never said die. And we got some key goals at key times, and we were in it right till the end. We had chances to pull that game into overtime, and that's all we could have hoped for in the last minute.
It hurts, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, it does. It's 3-2 in Game 7 stuff. It's we gave all we had, though. We worked hard.
It hurts, losing and stuff. But we're proud of how we played this playoff to get this far. We were down 3-1 right off the bat, and people were counting us out. And so we did. We are in the 7th game of Stanley Cup Finals. So it's pretty good to get here. But we'd much rather have been on the other side.
It's like anyone else in life. You grow every day, and we came very close to our destination in this game, and but there's still one last step is to win that last series.
It's been a great experience for me, and I've learned a heck of a lot from it. I've learned a lot, as far as what the pressure's like, and hopefully get another opportunity at this.
I'm not saying we're not. I can see these guys coming back next year and doing just as well.
It was a great run, and it was a lot of fun.
Tougher to get this far and lose than it is to go out, say, in the first or second round.
Yeah, it's tough. I think that when you have your eyes set on a goal and a prize, I think that anything less and you're disappointed. So I think that it'll be tough.
What are the emotions you're going through right now?
Well, we got nothing, like, just the way we played damn hard, and what can you say?
So obviously, it's a bittersweet, very bittersweet night for Canuck fans tonight. We sent Don Taylor and Paul Carson both to New York in anticipation of them covering a Stanley Cup coronation for the Vancouver Canucks. Didn't quite work out that way, did it, guys?
Didn't quite work out. And Don, do you know that Dave has already shaved? You didn't waste any time?
You're kidding.
I've already
gone, isn't it?
Don, hey, listen, party's over. We gotta roll with it and get going, you know?
Well, training camp's only 77 days away, Dave.
That's a good point. Let me tell you something, Paul. You had to feel for the Vancouver Canucks tonight, and I'll tell you why. Rangers came out gunning in the first period. Second period was fairly even, but I don't think there's any doubt about it. In the third period, the Canucks, and they said it there in the locker room, they were the better hockey club in the third period, and they were a Nathan Lafayette crossbar away from sending it into overtime. You got to feel for the team. These are two evenly matched teams. Yes, the Rangers are carrying the Stanley Cup right now, sipping bubbly from it. But I don't care what you say. These two teams, dead even.
Don, the best team money can buy, the New York Rangers, and the Canucks came within a hair of forcing overtime in Game 7. Vancouver and its hockey fans have nothing to be ashamed about.
Yeah, and they'll get a chance to cheer them on at the Dome on Thursday. I'm telling you, Babbage, Momesso, Craven, there was tears shed in the Vancouver dressing room tonight. You had to feel for these guys. They knew just how close they were, especially, like I say, in that third period when Nathan hit the crossbar. Myself as a guy who grew up in Vancouver, I'm heartbroken because they came so close. And yeah, I am a Canuck fan. I'll admit it right here. They came so close to winning the Stanley Cup, and
who knows if we're ever going to see that opportunity again?
I think we will. It's a young hockey club, and again, they said it in the post-game interviews there. It's a young hockey club, and these guys are going to be back. They're going to grow from this experience, and the Canucks are better for it.
Okay, as we heard earlier, Pat Quinn has called it quits as the head coach. He did not name a replacement. That will come down the road. But Dave, that's about the story from Madison Square as New York celebrates their very first Stanley Cup since 1940. No more 1940 chants, no more cheers, or jeers, I should say. The curse is over.
And no more beards.
Yeah, that's right. I had to shave it off. What can I say? Now, with our extended format tonight, we'll be going back to New York to talk to Paul and Don a few more times as we give you the most in-depth post-game coverage that you're going to find on the old dial tonight. Plus, we'll keep you up to date on what's happening in the city as we continue to get reports of that party, or so-called party, getting out of hand. But first, it's time for Sports Page Trivia. By winning their first Stanley Cup since 1940, the Rangers ended one of the longest droughts in professional team sports. The Broadway Blue Shirts have now won 4 Stanley Cups, but they weren't the first American team to lay claim to Lord Stanley's mug. So the question is, name the first American-based team to win the Stanley Cup. Oh, we were so close. Know the answer. There's the number, 280-2588.
Sports Page Trivia is brought to you by Sports Action. It's something to brag about.
Okay, stick around. When we come back, we'll have more of the hometown uglies.
Yeah, and more hockey, too. So hang in there, everybody. Brutal.
That is terrible. Yeah, way to go, Canuck fans.
Yeah,
well,
nice work.
Yeah, we're going to head back down to Robson Street now to John Shorthouse and Alan Carter to see if things have quieted down after the riotous start to tonight.
Well, there you can see some of the aftermath of a party that got out of hand tonight, fixing some glass on a broken store, Aritzia down here. You can also see that the store is virtually empty now. I'm not sure if they cleared out their stock beforehand. I did not personally see anyone looting at that area. However, we have had reports in the last 5-10 minutes that there is some looting going on at Thurlow in Georgia, also at Seymour in Georgia. 50 to 60 people rather, seen looting in that area. We can still hear tear gas canisters going off. It's obviously not over yet. We still have a crowd at Thurlow and I believe Melville is my most recent information that I've got. It was certainly crazy down here earlier. It began, as we've said, as a peaceful party, people screaming and chanting and waving all their banners. Just wanting